Now, there's a reporter for Reuters. My guess is that this reporter has been fired by now. Terry Cullen, Terri. I assume it's a female. And the title of the news wire story was Backdoor Taxes That Hit Middle Class. Drudge posted it on the drudgereport.com. Suddenly it disappeared. Or at least the title disappeared. Reuters, the Obama administration's plan to cut more than $1 trillion from the deficit over the next decade relies heavily on so-called backdoor tax increases that will result in a bigger tax bill for middle-class families. And most of you know this intuitively. You don't need to be told it by Reuters. In the 2010 budget tabled by President Barack Obama on Monday, the White House wants to let billions of dollars in tax breaks expire by the end of the year, effectively a tax hike by stealth. While the administration is focusing its proposal on eliminating tax breaks for individuals who earn $250,000 a year or more, actually that's $200,000 a year or more, middle-class families will face a slew of these backdoor tax increases. Millions of middle-class households already may be facing higher taxes in 2010 because Congress has failed to extend tax breaks that expired on January 1, most notably a so-called patch that limited the impact of the alternative minimum tax. The AMT, initially designed to prevent the very rich from avoiding income taxes, was never indexed for inflation. Now the tax is affecting millions of middle-income households, but lawmakers have been reluctant to repeal it because it's become a key source of revenue. See that? This AMT was a tax really for foreign corporations that were paying little or no federal income taxes or corporate income taxes. So they said, you got to pay a minimum tax regardless, an alternative minimum tax. You can do all your taxes, and in the end, you've got to pay a certain amount. Well, guess what? A couple of decades go by, inflation kicks in, and now it covers most of you. Are you a wealthy foreign corporation? I guess you are. Let's see, how does this work? Without annual legislation to renew the patch this year, the AMT could affect an estimated 25 million taxpayers with incomes as low as $33,750 a year or $45,000 for joint filers. Well, welcome to the party. You're rich now, too. Congratulations. Even if the patch is extended to last year's levels, the tax will hit Americans that can hardly be considered wealthy. The AMT exemption for 2009 was $46,700 for singles and $70,950 for married couples filing jointly. Do you feel rich now? Because the government has categorized you as rich. Congratulations. It was only a matter of time, you see. They can't get enough money for millionaires, billionaires, 500,000 years, and 250,000. There's just not enough money to do. They have to go after as many people as possible. So if you earn $33,750 a year and you're single, congratulations, you're rich. Or $45,000 for joint filers, congratulations, you're rich too. And if they happen to get around to putting this so-called patch in, well then, you might be safe, because then it only applies to people earning $46,700 if you're single, and $70,950 if you're married and filed jointly. Didn't Obama say no tax increases on the middle class? I guess this doesn't count as a tax increase. Middle-class families also will find fewer tax breaks available to them in the 2010 budget. If other popular tax provisions are allowed to expire, among them, taxpayers who itemize will lose the option to deduct state sales tax payments instead of state and local income taxes. You teachers, the $250 teacher tax credit for classroom supplies, gone. The tax deduction for up to $4,000 of college tuition and expenses aimed to help the so-called middle class, gone. Individuals who don't itemize will no longer be able to increase their standard deduction by up to $1,000 for property tax paid. Gone. The first $2,400 of unemployment benefits are now taxable. In 2009, they were tax-free. You see, ladies and gentlemen, all those tax cuts were not for the rich. A massive, rogue, uncontrollable government. That's what we have. It has to reach down. It has to reach broadly. It has to steal from everybody. And it has to punish everybody. If you got a 2, 3, 4% salary increase this year, it's gone. And apart from your income, now they want to control your health care. They want to drive it so high that your employer drops it. And then you can purchase inferior health care from the government. Did I say can purchase? Must purchase, under penalty of imprisonment. And did some of you vote for Obama? I can't recall. Backdoor taxes to hit middle class.